will agree with me, while in schooling, a lot of children are thriving, getting great marks, going into great colleges, doing great works, there's still a huge population, maybe around 40%, who is struggling, who does not like studies, who does not want to get entangled in these subjects, who have their own strengths, but their own strengths are not valued by the system. Sometimes not even valued by their own parents. Sometimes parents don't even know what strengths in my child had. They are only thinking, what will happen to my child's future? He's not getting marks, he's not getting admission. And obviously, reading, writing becomes a huge barrier for a lot of children. Just because they're not good at reading, writing, they struggle in the whole system. They are thumbed down, they are blamed, and everybody's kind of against them. And they feel so small. We need to do something about it. Hi, I'm Ratnesh here. And first, I want to share with you something that you would have never heard about children. When we worked with children initially, we realized something amazing, that they can work through their capabilities. They can use their thinking to solve their problems. They can create their own dreams and fulfill them. They are strong, independent learners, and they create their own learning by working with whatever resources they need, whatever people they need. Now, this is the lesson we learned in the first 7 years of working with children when we formed an organization called Genie Kids in Bangalore. We worked with 15, 16,000 children, and not even one child said that, come and teach me. All the children wanted to do what they wanted to do, and they will do it fully motivated in themselves, fully confident of failures as well as success. They really wanted to do something every single day. And we were like, zapped, wow, this is the power that is there in our children. And one reminder, every child learns their mother tongue without being taught, isn't it? You see, that power we have all seen, yet we don't recognize. After doing this for 7, 8 years, we realized that our own daughter, Asavri, is going to a school and getting A plus in everything. A plus, that's not a good news, because that means she's not really exerting himself, challenging herself, expanding herself. She's merely doing what the teacher is saying and somehow doing it so well, and everything goes A plus. That's when we decided we want to pull her out of the school system. Not because there's any problem with the schools, but because we wanted to give her a life where she can drive herself, do things that she likes doing in many, many, many different ways. And very soon, many families joined us, and Aarohi was born in 2008. And there was no stopping. We also got a campus, 5-acre campus donated by one of the child's grandfather because he loved the concept. Let the children build their education together with mentors like us who are sensitively working, observing, understanding them, and with lots of peers and lots of resources and lots of people. So you must be wondering, what happens really at Aarohi? How are these children creating their education? Now, the best part is they are creating the education. So at the beginning of the week, they start thinking what all they want to do during a week. And each child plans. A 9-year-old planned that she wanted to install a zip line to go from one building to another building. 3 other children joined her, and they experimented, explored with so many different materials, so much of math, so much of material science, so much of energy that they understood in terms of physics and so on. Another child, 6 years old, is thinking about how he can get into electricity system, how he can make small sensors to save electricity at campus. One 9-year-old, Mishti, she loved writing.
At Aarohi, we have this thing called Serious Writers of Aarohi Daily, where a group of writers of all ages, that doesn't matter, and we come together, we write every day, and there's no judgment, there's no comments, we just observe, we learn, we inspire each other, and we grow. See, I created a book.
Let me tell you the story of Advik, who got at 12 inspired by a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and he deep dived into the financial world. Whole day he will watch videos, read books, talk to his father's friends and relatives who were in financial world. And by 14, he was fully into trading, technical analysis. Aarohi also tries to support this power by inviting children to do all kinds of interesting things. Like, for example, Every single year, Aarohi's accounts are handled by one child, sometimes a 10-year-old, sometimes an 11-year-old. And these children will learn the accounting, will go on and do everything related to Aarohi's account till it is submitted to the chartered accountants, creating balance sheet and all that. That at the age of 10, 11, 12, 13, yes, and they take up that responsibility also, and they're paid also for that. That is the beauty of Aarohi, which all the time is looking for the strength in each child, and seeing how we can grow the child through his or her strengths. So you are getting the idea. As they grow older, their interest also start deepening. And when they reach teenage years, we have a concept called coversity, which essentially means the whole universe or university is inside you. Now come, work as a small group, help each other. These teenagers really get deeply engaged into their interests. One gets interested in designing, takes up projects from clients, initially free projects, and then starts getting paid. Another teenager, she's into baking. For 3 years, she did all kinds of baking to get herself a complete understanding of the whole baking process. Now, at 18, is interning with a lot of different industry professionals in baking business to learn how to set up a baking business. So there are lots and lots of stories of children who can create their own learning, own education, and own profession. So from 2008 to now, hundreds of families who wanted to make this difference in their children's life have been part of this journey, and every single child has got empowered to take his or her journey forward. Some have gone back into the college system to pursue their higher education, and many of them have continued their professional journey and become professionals. For example, my daughter, who is now 26 and did not do any 10, 12 school, college degree certificate.
You get so much time to dive deep into your passion and make it a profession. Like, I turned my passion of sustainability into a business of natural products.
And she is enjoying her professional journey as much as she has enjoyed her education. So that is the magic of these children who can put themselves fully into their interest. They're extremely self-motivated, self-confident, self-reliant. They love to fail because they know from failing they will learn. They love to apply themselves. They love to push themselves. A lot of energy comes by connecting with places, people, examples. So these children have proved what a global education is, where education is not constrained, rather they drive what they need and they pick from everywhere in the globe. A whole lot of people, they say this is anyway the future of education. This is how education should be. In fact, many of them say, I wish I was a kid and I could join here because then I could work on what I really like doing. So how do we bring this impact to the world? We need to offer to the children and especially tell the parents that your children can glow and grow in this beautiful world if they understand what are their strengths, if they're allowed to explore their unique talents, their unique interests. And that is where the Aarohi kind of model comes in, where these children, if they come to Aarohi, they will not worry about reading, writing if they don't like reading, writing. If they like, no problem. But if they don't like, they will focus on what they would like to focus. Like recently, this girl, not at all interested in reading, writing, has joined in, and now she likes more to do things with art and color and creating different crafts and designs. And the best part, her mother said, is now she's into reading, writing about these things. Then you can join us in making a huge impact onto children who are not enjoying schools, onto parents who are pushing and pushing and pushing their child into the same struggle with more tuitions, with more classes. No, 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 no. We don't want to do that. Please join us. Please help us. Please support us to reach out to these parents and make a difference in children to enjoy their education and build their life from inside out.